Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for the Avengers Free Comic Book Day issue. And this was a pretty cool kind of edition. I mean, we got the great setup that we got in the first issue, but this just kind of fleshes it out more and gives us a little bit more information. We see that the Black Panther has been called to Old Asgard to have a parlay with Odin. And Odin kind of relates everything that's going on. He even has statues to the million-year BC Avengers talking about what they did. And it's kind of cool because T'Challa's like, I've never talked with you before. He's like, I've parlayed with so many of your kings and everything. And he's really respected their people because the Black Panther titleship has always been to protect Wakanda and the people and everything. And like, I always respected that. But there's something that I kind of need you to help me with. And then he relays that Loki had come, and of course he's pissed off and says that Loki just living torments him. But then he's like, well, I just kind of came because I kind of changing a new leaf, like Loki the Life Bringer and all that kind of stuff, and I didn't come alone. And a hand smashes down Odin, and we get to the point that Odin is asking the Black Panther to kill Loki. And out of all the heroes to ask to do that, T'Challa is not the worst one. He doesn't have qualms about killing when it's absolutely necessary. So I could get why Odin would kind of see that kind of way for him to do that, because Thor wouldn't do it. Loki's his brother. And granted, he pisses him off, he does all this kind of bullshit, but at the end of the day, he'd probably just like lock him up or whatnot. T'Challa is the only one that would be able to make that kind of judgment call and take him out. But he's like, he's harnessed the power of a Celestial. That's a kind of big issue. I mean, if I can get at him, probably, but he's like, harnessed the power of a Celestial. That's going to introduce some problems. Then, of course, the story kind of ends setting us up to where it began with Steve and Thor and Tony, where Steve and Thor call Tony to get him to errands, and then we get the last with the money shot of the Avengers, the core team roster that we've seen teased, assembled for what's going on. So I kind of like how this fleshed out the old school connections between Odin and the Black Panther and kind of setting up some other things kind of behind the scenes that we're going to have to look out for. Because Odin, of course, had talked about what had gone on, how the Black Panther, the Million BC team was like, we should not have killed this thing was sick, there's going to be repercussions for this. He's right, but you got to make the best actions and choices that you can while you can. So I liked how that added more to what I read from the Avengers issue. Now, then we get into the tease for what's coming up in Captain America in July, and I'm thinking, okay, this is kind of cool, because we see people who are in support of Hydra fighting anti-fascist people, and Cap's just looking off and just seeing what's going on. While we see this woman narrating about how we used to be allies, and how it was mainly that we were right because we were strong, not because of good and right. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Talking about this kind of cabal that they have made with, like, Ross, Osborn, Commerce probably detailing with Roxxon, I don't know, some kind of entity like that in God. So I saw at the end that this is going to be called like the Power Elite or whatnot, because I was thinking, whoa, this is kind of Hydra-esque, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of a new organization. We'll have to see what crap's going to be spun out of this, because we saw that they had been creating nuke clones. Nuke is an enemy that Captain America has fought. It's like a crazy kind of soldier kind of dude. But they crash a helicarrier in, and Steve's got to fight all these guys. It's kind of crazy. Now, granted, one of them got dropped in before, and Steve was fighting him, but then towards the end of the story, a helicarrier crashes, and they're coming out to do it for our boys and all that, because they're very simple-minded, just like almost kind of automaton kind of robot kind of things. I'm like, whoa, what is this woman's endgame goal? What is this cabal's goal? What's going on? It was a very effective setup, and I'm liking that it's kind of that backroom kind of espionage kind of feel. It kind of reminds me of like Ed Brubaker's run on Captain America with that kind of tease. I'm like, ooh, I want to, I kind of, I'm very interested and very intrigued. I mean, I was before, but this just gave me a good taste. I'm like, all right, can't wait to see what's going on in this run. So, those are my opinions on the Free Comic Book Day issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.